All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So, hey, we got the news. Several things are happening with Google, and I think we should talk about it for just a moment. So, the first thing I wanted to address is all the questions I get about why Google isn't sending the new Pixel devices or why they don't sell Pixel devices in India. Folks, I have no clue. I don't work for Google. I definitely support Team Pixel in any way that I can. But reality is, I don't know why they don't sell the Pixel devices in certain countries. The most reasonable answer is that maybe it will cost too much to get these devices into those areas, and then there's not enough demand. I think that's pretty much should sum it up for you. So you have to rely on importing the devices if that's what you need to do in order to get a device that you want. I do it all the time. There's lots of devices that are not officially offered in the US, and I have to import them. So, which means sometimes I have to pay more than what the device is worth, or what the device is selling for, I should say. And sometimes I pay less. Sometimes there's better deals for devices that are really affordable, and I get better hardware, better software. It's just a whole bunch going on with importing devices. But unfortunately, the Pixel devices are not going to be in every country. Only about 7 countries, and possibly Italy too. But you know, I don't know. I don't know why they don't sell them. So. Another news about the Pixel devices are, I talked about in another video that the 5A might be coming in August. And, you know, Google hasn't confirmed these things, but sometimes, you know, again, that leak thing, the leaks and rumors, I really dislike leaks and rumors so much. It just spoils it for, you know, for the tech community, because most of the time the regular consumers out there purchasing, they're not really following leaks, and it doesn't pop up in their inbox because they're not, you know, they're not on that side of the fence. So they don't get these things popping up in their feed probably about leaks and things and next devices. So truth is, it should be coming out under $500, and it should be really impressive. And but at the same time, there are plenty of other devices out there that will probably offer the same specs but cost a lot less, and they won't get any attention for it. So just consider this for a second. I can go into my storage, or one of my storages, that black cabinet back there, and grab a phone that has pretty much the same specs as the new Pixel, and it's the new 5A, and it still costs $150 less. You see, so if promoting the devices by specs and things continue, we haven't grown at all, and we haven't gotten anywhere. So yes, the 5A should be pretty impressive with a 6.4-inch display, hopefully. 6 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage, Snapdragon 765G. We don't know. It's not official yet. But again, I spoke of it in another video. It could possibly come, and you know, it'll be great. So, you know, if in fact that does happen, you know, coming in at under $500, it's a good deal for Pixel users. It's a good deal across the board for a lot of people. It kind of replaces the 4A, which is what it should, and then it comes out into another lower price point. So this is what you should be aiming for if you're a supporter of Team Pixel. You do want the lowest pricing, because when we talk about the Pixel 6 pricing, possible suggestions of a Pixel 6 price is going to be no less than $900 roughly, or $850, $900 for the lowest priced Pixel period in the 6 line. So you start to question whether or not, or you should be questioning whether or not you really need this very expensive, high-powered, I think my man Grant Likes Tech says it best. He said it privately in a situation where he said, you know, people think they want these higher spec devices, and they really don't need them because they don't want to pay the higher pricing. And this is a known fact, but out in the tech community all the time. They cry about the specs that come out. They cry about what a phone should have. And they also cry that the price is a certain price when it comes to every other OEM except for the two that seems to spend the most money for advertising. We know they are. So advocating for flagships is really not a good idea when you think about it, because Google is going to release these devices. What if they do release these devices for $999, or, you know, the lowest Pixel is $899 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then the highest Pixel is $1199. What if they release at that price? We're going to see tons of people complaining, when in fact, that's the current pricing on predominantly all other phones that have the same specs. So the difference is that Google has their own chip now. So I was really hoping, and the numbers aren't final yet, you know what I'm saying? So don't take this as though I'm saying this is what the numbers are. But I'm really hoping that since they do have their own chip, and they're kind of in control of some things now, that they don't go too high in price. But if they do, I'm still Team Pixel, still supporting, still buying. It is what it is. I like Pixel devices. I like OnePlus devices. I like stock Android ultimately. So, but you'll still see those people saying, trying to pick apart Pixels and saying, hey, this, and that, and the other. They shouldn't have done this. They should have done this. You got to get past this. Like it happened to OnePlus. OnePlus started to bring out lower priced devices, and everybody complained about it because they said, "Oh, it doesn't have the 888, and it should be $200." Come on, son. That's ridiculous. So now that Google does not have to rely on Qualcomm, they're in control, and so they're going to test the waters. As a company, you have to remain profitable, so you need to find out what consumers are willing to pay. And the only way to do that sometimes is shoot for the sky. And if it's a good product, people will buy it no matter what. So, yeah, the Pixel devices might launch at these certain price points, but let's not beat it up before we even get a chance to experience it, because people always ask, is it worth it? Is that worth it? You need to buy the device and determine what you place the value of worth on it. I can't tell you that, and no creator can. I mean, they can tell you that, but you might get it and say, nah, this is only worth $6.99 instead of $7.99. You see what I'm saying? So it's up to you to determine what you think is good value. But I think when the Pixel 5a launches, it's probably going to be some pretty decent value. It's going to be one that we know is going to sell. And it actually should be the device that a lot of people purchase. Like 99% of the people purchasing Pixels should be buying the 5a. Based on the way people use their devices. Now, there is that small percentage of people out there who just edit on their phones and, they just do everything on their phones and it's their lifeline. And you got the 6 and the 6 Pro. So if they do launch at the lowest cost of $800 and the highest cost of $1,200, what are you going to do about it? How do you feel about that pricing? It's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you know what I'll do? I'll see you in the next one. Take care.